for the screen. And tonight we do have the Director of Library Services, Ciora Brown, with us. And she's going to be giving us a couple of tips about the library resources that are available to everyone and how you can implement those resources into your LA Film School experience. So, Ciora, I'm going to go ahead and give you control. And I'm going to go ahead and make sure that you can be heard. And you should be good to go, dear.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so to access the library resources, I'm going to walk you through how to get there. You're going to start by going to connect.lafilm.edu. And then you're going to hover over the resources link. And then you'll see library there at the top. Just click on that link. Then you'll see this is our library homepage. Our hours of operation, just in case you need to email us or call us. These are the times that we're available. And our phone number. And if you ever need to send us an email or anything, the link is there. And also our purpose is definitely to support all students in the program and even beyond, classwork that you will be learning to provide different resources for you. So the first one is our online library catalog. It's called Library World. And the first time you access this link, you'll have to type in the username. The username is LAFS in all caps, and there's no password. So just leave that blank. I'm already logged in, so after you do it the first time, it should open to this page. And then let's just do a basic search for something. So you would use this to, search for books, scripts, DVDs. It's kind of like a directory of everything that we physically have in the library. You'll see there's video tutorials, books, scripts, DVDs, magazines, and we have been adding script links. That way you'll be able to just click on the link and get access to the script online. And our video tutorials, I'll walk you through that later. It's through our lynda.com database. So that's our library online catalog. Next is our EBSCOhost research databases. And you can use these databases to search for journals, magazines, and ebooks, and newspaper articles or TV reports. So let's go into the first one, Academic Search Elite. You can also search all the databases at once, but it may give you a lot more results than just the single database at a time. So let's just do a search. So if we just do a very broad search, you'll notice in the search results that over 14,000 results. It's very broad. You can see some videos in there as well. This little icon it'll let you know that if it's an academic journal, what kind of source type it is. But if we add a second search term, and we search, then you'll see your search results begin to narrow down to focus on exactly what you're looking for. We can also narrow down your search results by limiting by publication date. So if you want more recent articles, you can drag that publication tab over and then you'll see more recent articles. You can also click on the full text, and that will give you articles that are complete, because some of them are will only give you the abstracts or just a bibliography. But a full text, as you can see, we'll click here. This is what a full text article looks like. So you'll have the title of the journal, title of the article, and then you'll have all the authors, and then you'll have the title of the journal in italics, and the number, and the volume number, and the page numbers. And then you can read the abstract to see if you want to continue reading the entire journal article. They also put keywords here, so you can always go back and search using their keywords to get different results. And then you have the body of the article. And if you scroll to the bottom, you'll see references. So any information that was taken from another source was given, the authors gave credit to, and that's what this reference list is here. So it's that, and then if there was an article that you wanted to quote from or paraphrase from, there's a citation tool here on the side. I believe it's this one. You can click on it, and depending on what style your instructor wants you to use, you can just copy and paste it when you cite, and copy and paste, and you'll be able to add that to your paper. So this is one tool that's great. You can go back. You can also create your own account at the top. You can change the languages. You can also email me directly at the top as well. So let's go back to choose databases. If you go to Business Source Elite, you can pretty much, Business Source Elite and ERIC, actually all of these, Academic, ERIC, Business Source Elite are all pretty much the same. There's just one difference in Business Source Elite, and that's the Company Profiles tab. Publications is for magazines. You'll see that pop up in the other ones also. For Company Profiles, let's do a search. Okay, so if you search for a company and you click on the MarketLine report link, it should give you full text on key facts about the company overview, and everything that you can read up. Address, phone number, employees, business description. So this is a great tool to use to find out about a company. And then you can also print it, email it to yourself, export it out. There's images and indexes that you can use too. And then let's see, go back. Okay, yeah. Our ebook collection, we actually use it's not an actual collection, we use it as a way to receive, if you want anything from our online library catalog that's in book form, we'll check the EBSCOhost ebook collection to see if they have it, and if they do have it, then we can send you the link. So we did have one online student request a book, this book actually, and we were able to get it for him in a PDF form. So this is one of the books that we actually have here physically. in the library, and we're able to get it in e-form. So, okay. So I'm going to go back to Connect, go back to the library page, and go through some more of our resources. Okay. There's additional research databases that are available for free online. The Directory of Open Access Journals and also Google Scholar. The next resource that we provide to you is our video tutorial databases. Lynda.com offers thousands of videos, and our students really enjoy using it. Okay, so you can see they have a little library at the top. You can search by topic, software, or learning path. So let's say you want to know more about Photoshop. Photoshop training and tutorials. So you'll see it's an actual course, and they have different learning paths. So you could either, just start with the basic one, or you can actually look at any of these specialties and then click on it, and it will actually take you from step 1 all the way through. And you can also be certified at the end if you watch all of them. You can take quizzes and actually add this to your resume, and then employers looking at your resume will see that you've been certified, and feel better about hiring you. Okay. That's Lynda.com. Let's see if I can get back to it. Okay, I might have to go back into Connect again. Oh, also about Lynda.com, you'll have to sign in the first time with your student username and password. So the same information you use to access Connect, you would just use for Lynda.com the first time, and then after you do it, you should be able to. It'll just open for you. The next one is just a list of script databases that are available online for free. Some scripts that are in our database are not available online, so you'll have to email us, but you'll see a little description at the bottom that tells you what to do. Email us, and then we can email you the script that we have. There are some free music databases, Free Music Archive, and these at the bottom. Free Music Archive is actually through, I believe, Creative Commons. So if you use any of the music, they'll provide you licensing information, so you'll know what you can and can't do with the music. So you may be able to download it. You may be able to share it or modify it. If you just click on the license, it should give you information on how you can use it. So that's available to you. Okay, and then there's some image databases that are available for free online that we've put links here to. And then streaming media databases are available. We sometimes send our students to the Los Angeles Public Library System, and they have additional resources such as Regal, Hoopla, and Overdrive. There's some ebooks in there, videos, music, sometimes magazines and comic books also. So for online students, we would just recommend to go to your local branch and get a card, because they have a lot of different resources that are available to you for free. And all you need is the card and the number of your library card. So you'll be able to get access to even more resources. Additional ebook databases, Bartleby.com, Project Gutenberg, and Google Books. And these are all available for free online. The last one is our writing resources. We link you out to Purdue. It's available for free online from Purdue University. And they give you tips and tricks on how to become a better writer. And it's a really neat tool to use. We have writing lab, different stuff like that. So, but if you ever have any questions about anything, if you can't access something or you need help searching one of our databases, feel free to send us an email or give us a call. Does anyone have any quick questions?
We do have
Office
a question.
download.
Yeah, about Microsoft Word.
Microsoft Word. I believe that's probably more of an IT question. Yeah, I just got this computer today actually installed, but what are you talking about? Oh, okay. Yeah, don't worry about that. That's just part of my computer. Well, if you don't have any more questions now, then I will hand it back over to Justin.
Okay, thank you very much for your time, CR. We really appreciate you.
Thank you all, and have a great weekend.
All right, you too. Get well soon.
Mm-hmm.
All right, everyone. So since we have reached the end of the time of CR being here, we are going to switch gears over to talking about the discussion post and the assignment that you guys are going to be working. So first things first is we're going to go through our agenda for the evening. So these are going to be the things that we're covering. So we're going to talk about the read and view activity and the read and view overview and some of the things that you want to look at when you're working on your discussion and your assignment this week. And then we're going to talk about the discussion, go over the assignment, and then we're going to leave a little bit at the end so you guys can ask any questions that you might have concerning the assignment, your discussion, your quiz, or any other concerns you might have, since we're all here together and can have this conversation live. Okay, so the Read and View 3.2 activity, the 10 C's of evaluating internet sources, you guys are going to want to take a look at that and just use that information and digest it a bit so that you have a little bit of understanding of what we're going to be discussing in the discussion post. So you've got an idea of how you can formulate your initial post and then how this information is going to come back into use with your assignment that's going to be due this Sunday. Normally, we would be going over those individually. I have them here. But since CR did cover the library resources, we're running a little short on time. So I just want to jump right into the discussion post and the assignment and leave you guys open so at the end so if you have any questions, we can address those. Okay, so the discussion that this week is going to be covering professional research and how to conduct your research in an intelligent and academically compliant way so that you're delivering information that is reliable, is credible, and makes you look better because you're utilizing sources to back up your opinions. All right, so what you're going to be doing is you're going to summarize the experience and the common tools that are used in conducting online research. And we're also going to explore some additional research tools. If you have those, please share those in your initial post. And the point of this exercise is to analyze the decisions, conscious and unconscious, that we make that affect the use of online research tools. So some of us use Google as a research tool, some of us have access to databases, or some of us just use Wikipedia or other wiki websites to get their information. There's a right and a wrong way to approach all of this. Some of them have their pros, some of them have their cons. We want you guys to start making intelligent decisions about which resources to use and when, because sometimes it's going to depend. So this week's discussion topics involve the ways that you use digital technologies to find information and conduct the research, whether it's for something you're working on personally, like a novel project, or just for your assignment. This applies in every direction that you can think of. So in your initial discussion post, please share your thoughts on at least 3 of the following topics. Let me repeat that, at least 3 of the following topics. So the first one available to you is, what are online resources that you currently use to research or learn about a topic? So for example, what websites, what publications do you use? Are there any blogs or social media websites that you use to get your news or your information that are reliable and that you find trustworthy? And we want you to talk about why you use these sources, and in your experience, what are the strengths and weaknesses of these sources as research tools? So if you're using Wikipedia as a research tool, it's definitely got a lot of pros for it. It's a lot of advantages to using Wikipedia. What are some of the weaknesses of using Wikipedia? So that's just an example of how you can assess a resource for its good aspects and where you might want to be careful to use it in the future, depending on what you're working on. So that's going to be your first topic. Your second topic is, how do you determine or verify the credibility of the information that you read online? So anybody can post anything online, and we're all susceptible to reading something that may or may not be true. So have you ever believed something that you read online and then later found out that it was not true? And how did you find out? And what, if anything, did you learn about the source of the original information? And we'd like you to explain how this has affected your thoughts about online research. So that's going to be your second one. Your third topic available to you, this was a doozy. Do you currently use, or have you ever used, Wikipedia or a similar online information source for research? And what do you think is the proper role of Wikipedia or similar sites in conducting and presenting research for school and or business purposes? And is it credible and appropriate to source, or is it a credible and appropriate source to cite for professional, business, or scholarly purposes? So we're not asking for you to advocate for Wikipedia. If you believe it's useful, great. If you don't, tell us why. If you discuss similar sites other than Wikipedia, please identify them by name, give us a URL so we can check it out, and a basic description of the site content so we kind of know what to expect. So that's your third topic available to you. Your next one is, as bloggers and other media sources flood the internet, how important is it for professionals, students, and consumers to know how to evaluate the credibility of sources, and why should they know how to do that? And how is this either different or the same as evaluating the credibility of more traditional or non-digital sources? So that's probably going to be a longer response if you pick this one. So it's pretty in-depth, but we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 topics available to you. At minimum, you're going to address 3 of these. So of the 4, address 3 of them. So here's part 1. Just like you guys have done for the last couple of weeks, you've been doing a great job on this. Create your initial post that's interactive. You're going to share your thoughts on this week's discussion topic with your classmates, and you're going to take care of that by no later than 11:59 Wednesday night Pacific time, unless otherwise noted. Now, for part 2, just like you guys have been doing the last couple of weeks, you're going to respond to your classmates. You're going to give them more than good job or I agree with you. You're going to create a substantive, deep, detailed response, so about a paragraph or so, talking about or addressing some of the aspects of their initial post. Ask them questions. Provide them some of the experiences or some of the sources that you use. And again, that's going to be due at Sunday night, 11:59 Pacific time, just like we always do. So if you have any questions about the discussion post, please let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to be moving on to the assignment, which is going to be the meat and potatoes of what you guys are going to be working on this week. Also, Don't forget, your Knowledge Quiz 3 is also due this Sunday night at 11:59 p.m. So be sure to give yourself enough time to work on all these things. Don't wait till the last minute. So definitely think about managing your time. Okay, so that is the week 3 discussion. Let's go ahead and move into the assignment if there are no questions. All right, so let's go ahead and check that out. Go into our page here. Go into the class. All right, so what we're going to do now is go on down here to week 3, and let's check out these instructions and give you guys all the information you need for what you're going to be working on. Okay, here we are. So this is assignment 3, and it's called Evaluating Credible Sources. So for this assignment, you're going to be gathering and evaluating information from several different research sources. Now, you have a couple of different topics that you can choose from, but by no means are you limited to the examples that we're showing here. You want to find sources about a company, a recent event, or a topic of your choice. We're giving you a little bit of freedom here. So a company, a recent event, or a topic of your choice. So for example, a company would be Amazon, Netflix, Apple, Disney, those sorts of things. That could be a company that you research. A recent event would be the business and financial decisions involved with artists performing at major events such as the Super Bowl, or more recently, net neutrality. So that's another recent event. We're about to have a vote on that. A topic can be the impact of illegal hacking and ransomware attacks on the film and television industries, or it could be music piracy, or it can be any other topic that you can think of that has to do with your particular industry or your interest in the entertainment industry. So don't feel like you're pigeonholed into a particular topic based on these examples here. But if you do have a question about an example or a topic that you do want to research, and you're not 100% sure, definitely call, message, email your instructors to let us know, and we will vet that for you just to make sure that everything is appropriate and kosher. So you're encouraged to choose a topic or recent event from the industry or field that you are targeting for your career, but of course, you're not limited to these. If you want to kind of spread your wings a little bit, and if you're a film major and you want to discuss music or video games or design, that's completely fine. No worries there. So here's how you're going to prepare for this assignment. You're going to conduct research using 2 different online information sources. 2 different online information sources, at least one of which must be from the databases provided in the online library of the Los Angeles Film School. So all of the lovely things that Ms. C.O.R. Brown showed us, those are going to be the aspects that you're going to be using for at least one of your research sources. So the databases that she showed you, the library resources that she showed you, all of those are going to come into play for at least one of your resources. And of course, you will be able to watch that whole tutorial when we post this archive video online. So if you have any questions about that, you can just review that, and she goes through the whole process. And that's what you're expected to do for at least one resource for this particular assignment. Now, the other resource can be whatever you'd like. Yahoo, Google, Bing, whatever you want to use, you can search however you like and find that article about your topic. And that's going to be completely up to you. But just keep in mind, at least one has to be from the LA Film School library databases. And of course, to access the LA Film School library, you're going to go to connect.lafilm.edu, and it's going to be under your resources tab at the very top. So again, you can watch that again at the very beginning when C.O.R. Brown goes all over that information. So after you log in, click the Resources tab in the upper right drop-down menu, click the Library tab, and you are off to the races. Okay, so what we're going to ask you to do is we want to ask you to explore some of the research and search databases provided. Get a feel for them, because this is not the only time that you will be using them. So it helps to get familiar with them right away. So if we go beyond common search engines such as Google, Yahoo, and Bing, we're not going to prevent you from using them, but go beyond the pale a little bit. See if you can find other research databases to get reliable information, which is the entire point of this assignment, is to vet information to make sure that what we read online can be reliably seen as credible based on a set of criteria. And of course, we mentioned the 10 C's earlier. Definitely give that a look. It's in the Read and View activity, because it will prepare you contextually for what we're asking you to do, both in your discussion and in your assignment. So what we want you to do is review the evaluation guide provided on page 3 of this document after selecting your two articles. So you select your topic, you find your two articles, one using the LA Film School databases, and on this third page right here, we're going to get to it in a little bit, is the evaluation guide that we're asking you to use in terms of evaluating whether or not the articles that you picked, the first one or the second one, are credible, believable, and factual. So we're going to come back to that in just a second. So we do have a link here that you guys can use to get an understanding of how we would like you to construct your assignment. So that is available to you. It's a YouTube link, and it shows you in a 45-minute video the beginning, middle, and end of constructing the week 3 assignment in PowerPoint. You're not limited to PowerPoint. It is a great software to use for this assignment, but it just goes to show you how we want you to structure this so that it's clear, easy to understand, and that you get the score that you're looking for once everything's said and done. Okay, so here's the creation process. We've done all our preparation. We know what's expected of us. What do we have to build from here? So you're going to prepare a typed report or a slideshow presentation that analyzes the information from each of the 2 articles that you selected, one from the LA Film School databases and one from a source of your choice. And you may include screenshots, images, or other visuals to help explain your findings. So what we want you to do is we want you to state the topic that you decided to research, list the 2 articles that you selected with the links to those articles, and we want you to use the evaluation guide that we just showed you a second ago to provide and answer the questions listed for each of the 2 articles. So you're going to take Article 1, go through the evaluation guide. You're going to take Article 2, and then go through the evaluation guide one more time. After answering the questions for both articles, you're going to include a brief summary of about a paragraph explaining which of the 2 research articles that you believe is the most reliable and why. So you're going to select your topic, you're going to do research to find 2 sources, you're going to state that topic, you're going to include those URLs, you're going to address all of the evaluation guide questions for Article 1, Article 2, and then once you've done that, you're going to tell us which one, based on what you answered for the evaluation guide, which one you believe is more credible. If it turns out neither one of them are credible, that's fine. If it turns out one of them is obviously credible and one isn't, that's fine too. We're not looking for a right or wrong answer in your paragraph. We just want, by your best determination, which one of the 2 you think is more credible. So this is opinion-based, but definitely use facts to back up your opinion. Okay, so the submission process is going to be exactly the same as week 1 and week 2. You can submit a typed document or a slideshow as long as all of the above requirements that we just covered are fully addressed. And if you wish to create this assignment using a different medium or format, reach out to your instructor, let them know what you want to use if you're unsure, and we will get back to you with a yay or a nay on that tool. So just let us know. Now, you're going to include your first name _ last name _ A3 when you go ahead and compress this and go to submit it. So that's your file name. And of course, make sure that you include a zip or an RAR compressed file when you do submit your assignment this Sunday. Okay, so here is the major part of this assignment that we're asking you to focus on after you've found your articles. So this is the evaluation guide that you're going to be using to determine in your final paragraph which of the 2 articles is more credible. So let's go through a couple of these. So the first section is content and bias. So think about the focus of the article. Does the article appear to be accurate and thorough? And does the article seem biased in any way in its point of view? And if appropriate, does the article present any opposing views? And is the article trying to convince you of something? And if so, does it succeed? So that's content and bias. And I'm going to stop right here and hit the brakes. When you're answering these questions, we're not expecting you to include a paragraph for every single one. Some of the questions that you'll see here are yes or no, or they ask you to provide a very specific piece of data. Don't feel like you have to write a sentence for every single one, and don't rack your brain for trying to figure out the best, most descriptive way of including this information. We do want you to include your answers in sentence form, yes, but some of these requests are going to be, did the author include a citation? You can say yes or no, or you can provide whatever information we're looking for. But keep in mind, some of these answers are going to be very short. Some of them are going to be a little bit more detailed. Now, the second one is authority and credibility. So is the author identified, and who is he or she? That's an example. Is the author identified, yes or no, and who is he or she? And you just list their name. That's very short. It's to the point. It's what we're looking for. There's no need for a sentence there. Now, the next one is, what are the author's professional credentials, and is the author's job title and job description provided? And does the author have the expertise in the subject matter in which he or she is writing about? That's going to be a little bit more of a detailed answer. So definitely use this as a guide. So if you see a longer question, make sure that you answer all of it in detail. If you see something shorter, it's probably asking for just one or two pieces of information. Okay, the next one is, where does the article originate from, and does the publication have a reputation for objectivity, meaning they're not biased one way or another, they're not trying to convince you of a specific way of thinking, they're just presenting the facts. And is it considered to be a reliable source and trustworthy for any information? Sometimes it's true, sometimes that's not. So there's no right or wrong answer there. If it turns out that the article isn't credible at all, make sure that you note that in your final paragraph. The next one is timeliness. What is the date or timestamp on the article? And has the article been revised? And if so, what was the last revision date? Again, very, very short. Next is citations and links. Does the author or publisher list any sources or citations? And do these sources or citations add to the credibility of the article? And are there links to other resources that enhance or support this article? And if so, how do they enhance or support the article? And are those links still active? And the last one that we're asking for you to answer is copyright and alternate sources. Can you find any of the information or data in the articles that you selected in alternative sources online? Can you find the same information in more than one place? And if you can, what are the alternate sources and are they reliable? And is there evidence that the article has been clearly copyrighted? And if so, who is the copyright holder? So this is the evaluation guide that we want you to consult and answer for Article 1 and Article 2. And again, once you've done that, you're going to create a paragraph, a final paragraph that describes which of the two articles, based on how you answer the evaluation guide, which of the two articles is more credible and why. And as you're working, please, please, please keep in mind that this is the rubric that we are using. Think of this as a checklist. Is your topic stated clearly? Is there one library and one search engine article? Are they evaluated using the evaluation guide? Are the article URLs included? Is there a summary paragraph included explaining which article is more reliable? That's all right here. So you can definitely use the rubric as a checklist to make sure that you're fulfilling all the requirements that we're asking for, so you fall in this exemplary column every single time. So again, the rubric is how we assess you. It acts as a checklist for the things that you are required to include. And if you use this as a guide, you're definitely going to get that strong grade that you're expecting at the very end of the month. So again, that's going to be assignment 3. That is all that I have for you this evening. I would like to open the floor to questions. But if you do not have any questions, you guys know the drill. You are free to go. And if you do have questions later after you've left, just call, email, or message your instructors, and we're more than happy to help you out. Thank you so much for being here, and you have a wonderful night.